What's up, y'all? It's Camson with Taboo Talks. We plan on getting it started again. Just want to mention the Illinois bill for single moms where they are not going to give them birth certificates if they don't release the name of the child's father and or have a family member agree to financially take care of the father. This means that the mother will not be able to get any assistance financially to take care of that child, and that child will be forbidden from receiving a birth certificate, even though they were a natural born citizen in this country. When we are taking in aliens from all countries, Syrians, refugees, yet people being born here now have to prove a father before they can get a birth certificate, which is going to forbid them from going to college and doing anything that's going to be helpful to society. This is crazy. They are so hypocritical. When you have, look at the Grammy Awards. We went from Whitney Houston singing like that to Beyonce. We went to men looking like this, winning Woman of the Year. And he looks a lot like Jesus, don't he? That's a whole other topic for another video. I just wanted to say this reminds me of Agenda 21. And if you're going to get rid of the assistance for children of single mothers, then guess what? You're getting rid of the black president. That means that Barack Obama wouldn't have ever existed, okay? This also means that a lot of great people who you may look up to as role models wouldn't have ever existed without a birth certificate. Now, even though Obama's birth certificate was shiesty, he had one. You got people like Bill Cosby, who was raised by a single mother. You have people like Kanye West raised by a single mother. And let me say this while I'm on the topic of rappers. We wouldn't have half of the hip hop industry that we have now. Most of them are born to single mothers. So what's happening is the elites are not in agreement, and it has been revealed because the top, they are the ones that created hip hop, the agenda behind hip hop, shall I say. And that agenda was a study by Tavistock Institute. We'll also be getting rid of the beta sex slaves that they love so much. I'm not going to even name them. But if you have been studying and doing your research, you know exactly what a beta sex slave is, okay? They're getting rid of them. They're getting rid of some of their favorite secret porn stars who are performers to us, but something else behind closed doors to them. So a lot of them were raised by single moms. This is so hypocritical. These are the same women they love to pay big money to sleep with. They pay big money to mind control and train to have no sexual inhibitions. Yeah, I know you couldn't see the connection between that bill and what I'm saying now, but this is the way my mind works, and I have to share it with you all. And also it will get rid of people like big time drug lords, big time criminals. It will get rid of people like Mary J. Blige, who's just an awesome performer and singer, but she was born to a single mother. We wouldn't have any of the funniness of Martin. Come on, what is the world without the funny comedy of Martin Lawrence? I'm just saying. You have people like Shaquille O'Neal you look up to. We wouldn't have one of him without a birth certificate. So this is just hypocritical. As I said, read about the Tavistock Institute. The scientists studied this. They studied brainwashing based on Sigmund Freud studies. Germany used it to take over so that Hitler was able to do everything he was able to do because of this. There's a list of things they have to do to cause a country to fall and demise. And one of those things is social engineering. You have H.G. Wells, who talked about the invisible government. You have mass communication ushers in the oiling industry. Polls for public opinion, degrading women, decline of just integrity and dignity all together. This is all manufactured, planned, has been studied for hundreds, even thousands of years. So before people see this bill And they're like, oh my goodness, it's not going to pass. You know why? Because it goes against the Council of 13, the propaganda, and their attempts to cause us to be mind numb zombies. Yeah, to cause us to be the walking dead. They don't want to do anything that's going to interrupt with their propaganda and with the psychological warfare. I mean, they putting it out there for all of us. It's to mind control all of us. So obviously, these two Republican politicians either didn't get the memo from the elites, aren't attending the rituals and the meetings, or they're just trying to shake things up to get their name out there. Who knows? But I don't think it's going to be passed. I hope not anyway, because this is terrible. I'm a single mom myself, and I don't know what I would do if my children didn't have a birth certificate. There are some situations where you don't want to name the dad. There are some situations where the dad has told you he's not going to have anything to do with you or your child. In these cases, some mothers decide I'm going to raise my child on my own, and some of those children grow up to be very successful people, as we've seen in this video. So I just it just exposes them, and the chaos is going to continue to outpour. As my daughter would say,